And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
I haven't heard that term in a while. She's a harlot.
And we did a zero in, like we zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight, Dan. Look at this.
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Wow. No, I haven't heard that one.
That's the big distraction.
That's the big distraction right there.
There's a war room apparently in England.
And we did a zero in, like we zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight, Dan. Look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear? There's nothing there. Look, it's an actor's trick. She just keeps wiping and wiping and wiping. So we think she has a heart.
Meghan Markle tried to get emotional on her podcast, but Joe Rogan called it fake, pointing out the pauses, size, and camera angles, and asked the big question, where are the tears turning her big moment into a PR flop?
Yeah, I guess everybody falls down one side or the other. Do you support Harry and Meghan? Do you not?
But Harlot's bad, right? She's just powerful. She's
actually, that's a good point. Harlot and temptress.
Yeah, I think Harlot's
it's like comparing melons to apples.
Yeah, that's a whole
I
word.
take that back.
Yeah,
It's a her.
Yeah, I don't think she's that.
No.
Which she is.
No.
Rogan tore Meghan apart, showing how her so-called breakdown had no tears, no red eyes, no smudged makeup, just dry cheeks while she kept wiping like she was acting. And he called it classic trick, making people wonder if anything about her public image is real or if it's all staged.
God, Meghan, she has this really famous thing where she says one tap left eye.
That whole fucking thing.
That thing. But yeah, the war room, I guess it makes sense. Look, these people are under a microscope and, they got to figure out what their messaging is
And it's a really good thing to have as an actress. But you're completely right. And this podcast with Jamie Kern-Lima was absolutely car crash. I mean, Jamie Kern-Lima is actually a very successful woman, a self-made billionaire. However, she is a fame whore because, she first found fame by appearing on the first series of Big Brother.
Meghan sat with Jaime Kern-Lima to give girl power vibes, but instead it turned into awkward comedy. She kept repeating how Harry is amazing, like she was reading a script, and the whole chat felt fake, stiff, and more like a PR ad than real talk, leaving people cringing and wondering what the real plan was.
United States, but she had that totally scrubbed from the internet because now she believes that she's the new Oprah Winfrey. And the problem is, you realize these are the types of people Meghan Markle is surrounding herself with. And none of them, by sins, listen to the new episode today of Confessions of a Female Founder. She calls everyone female founders, and I know you find that very, very ridiculous, as do I. And it's with this British woman called Hannah Mendoza, who actually...
Rogan said, Meghan runs the same script every time sad story mentioned. Harry fake cry, humble mom brag, and polish it like Netflix. And once people noticed it, all felt staged and fake.
And called Clever Blends, and Meghan invested in her company. But the podcast is meant to be Hannah Mendoza's story, right? It's like for her to invest in this woman, Hannah Mendoza.
That's all she does. She only has
felt the need to talk about some of this shit in this book is because otherwise no one's paying him money for this, right?
Right.
You got to come up with
disclose some wild shit if you want to sell a book.
Yeah. He killed while he was there on duty, and there's actually something funny.
Rogan said Meghan podcast was just PR in disguise. Not real at all. It was stuffed with buzzwords, fake emotions, and soap opera faces. The internet roasted her with memes and threads, and even fans could not defend it. And instead of helping her image, it hurt her more. And the next hit came from an expert ready to drop receipts.
It's like she's her boss. So like Meghan is Hannah Mendoza's boss, effectively. So clearly she's keeping to the script. But there's this really awful moment. And she mocks Hannah Mendoza, who's a bit of an Earth Mother type, for turning up to this interview, this first interview when she gave her money.
Joe Rogan and body language expert Scott Roos exposed Meghan, saying her stiff shoulders, fake smiles, and nervous scanning looked like acting, not emotion, turning her so-called heartfelt moment into a PR disaster.
Like, Meghan's laughing at her about it. It's very, very bizarre. And unfortunately, Meghan is now... Well, maybe it's fortunate for us because Meghan is now the executive producer of all of Works. So we see the real her. it's like, and oh my God, you made me laugh so much with Maureen and in your version of this thing, which was absolutely fantastic. You know the moment with Mindy Kaling?
Meghan could have kept the focus on her talk, but instead a jar of jam popped up with a tag signed Her Royal Highness. Even though she can't use that title anymore, Rogan called it either a clueless mistake or a sneaky stunt, and the blunder quickly buried her whole message while sparking a backlash she didn't see coming.
By people who will tell her what she wants to hear. And so again, the level of delusion is off the scale. But just remember, Jamie Kern-Lima sits down with Meghan Markle for 90 minutes, talks about what a wonderful businesswoman she is, what a wonderful friend she is. What about these bullying allegations, right? Surely there now must be something in it. The fact that your staff in Hollywood are also...
The second that jam jar flashed on screen, the internet exploded. Experts called it a clear break of palace rules, while fans said it proved Meghan can't let go of her title, no matter what she claims. Rogan mocked the irony, saying her brand is all about moving on, yet she keeps clinging to the crown. The whole podcast got overshadowed by that one label, but the wild part is the next controversy. Made this look small.
Questioning this, at the very least, I mean, I know she's her friend and I know it's a different type of format, but at the very least, she could have said, look, were they just lies? Were they people who were coming for you unfairly? But remember, we now live in this sort of dual world, don't we? Where there is the truth and there is what celebrities can put out to be the truth via their chosen platforms. And obviously there are great...
Get this, because just when it seemed Meghan drama hit the peak, boom, a $10 million lawsuit dropped. A woman says a bath salt recipe shown in Meghan's Netflix stuff burned her skin and made her ulcers worse since she's diabetic. Rogan couldn't believe it and said, how did a duchess end up tied to a wellness disaster like a tabloid headline? He warned celebs should not play doctor with health tips because people can get hurt. This wasn't just embarrassing, it was a career mess waiting to explode.
Because we can also immediately analyze, and that's because she's lying. Because Meghan, and this is something I'd reported for years, I think we spoke about it, but she is shopping the post-divorce book to publishers already.
Get ready for this, because what looked like a cute lifestyle add-on became something much darker, since Meghan wanted people to see her as warm and relatable, but instead, she walked right into a lawsuit that could blow up her brand. Rogan explained that if this $10 million case picks up speed, it will not just stay about one bath salt mix, it could open the door for every health or wellness product linked to her name to be doubted, torn apart, or even pulled off shelves. And imagine the chaos if companies start thinking twice before working with her, because no one wants to be dragged into legal drama over unsafe products. The bigger issue Rogan raised was why something like this ever went out in the first place. Without proper safe checks, was it just a rush to get content out? Or was it another case of style over substance? And the scary part is when your entire image is built on trust, relatability, and empowerment, even a single slip like this can unravel. The whole story people begin to question not just the product, but the person selling it. And once that trust is gone, it is nearly impossible to get back. But the craziest part is the storm did not end there, because the very next twist reopened old rumors from Meghan's past that she has been trying so hard to bury for years.
People thought that was some type of conspiracy theory, though I always believe conspiracy theories come true these days. Vanity Fair confirmed that in their big
Wait, that she's shopping her post-divorce memoir?
Yes.
What?
Yes, 100%. And in the Jamie Kern-Lima interview, she asks, will you write another book? She doesn't say, will you write a memoir? She says, will you write another book?
Things really started shaking when Rogan dragged out the old yacht girl rumors that have followed Meghan since her early Hollywood hustle, because people have whispered for years that she hung out on luxury yachts with rich, powerful men, and some with messy reputations. And while there has never been hard proof, Rogan pointed out how strange it is that Meghan always shuts down the topic instead of facing it straight. On like if it was all fake, why does she get so tense? Every time it comes up, her fans say it is nothing but sexist gossip, but her critics argue it shows a pattern of her trying to polish an image that does not match the receipts. And the funny part is, the harder she works to bury it, the louder it seems to echo back. And now those old shadows are crashing right into her new carefully packaged public brand in ways she probably never saw coming.
And Meghan says, a lot of people ask if I want to write my memoir, but I haven't lived enough life yet. And what is going on there is that Meghan doesn't want to have to write a book now which would obviously include loads and loads of positive stuff.
It gets wild because Rogan said Meghan is not just slipping up, she is like a mirror, showing how people really feel about the whole Sussex brand, and the vibe is not cute anymore. At first, America was obsessed with their royal drama, but now people are just tired of the endless interviews, podcasts, and lifestyle launches that all feel the same. Rogan joked that one day they are running from the monarchy, and the next day they are selling jam, and it all looks like a desperate way to stay in the spotlight instead of a clear plan. The real problem is the story keeps changing, and when that happens, the audience checks out fast and the hype turns into boredom, and now the cracks are showing because it is not just the fans who are rolling their eyes, even their own credibility is starting to crumble right in front of them.
She is preparing for the big payday, which she knows will be a massive payout to keep her going for years and years. I mean, Harry, remember, got well over 20 million for his 3-book deal. And that is what she is proposing to do.
Here is the wild part. Nobody talks about the same contradictions. Meghan and Harry keep pushing out are slowly tearing down their own image. Rogan pointed out how crazy it looks when they scream about privacy being ruined by the media, but then sign giant Netflix and Spotify deals built on spilling every detail of their lives to the audience. It stops looking like honesty and starts looking like a glossy brand ad, and to make it messier, Rogan even mentioned Prince William being furious about their endless stunts from fake crying to dragging the palace back in the spotlight again and again. The big question is, do they not realize how fake and inconsistent they look, or are they purposely stirring drama just to stay talked about either way? People are over it, and Rogan's final take made it crystal clear he thinks their whole act has already collapsed.
And, you know, they probably don't like the idea that this is all playing out in public, and but he's just kind of fucking lost the plot, right?
Yeah.
Now he's come out, the book is like you don't get this sort of analysis just anywhere on the Harry and Meghan situation.
Get ready, because Rogan's final words were not just a jab, they were like a mirror in Meghan's face, showing her exactly what people see. He said, if she thought that podcast would make fans love her more, it actually backfired. It showed the world the scripted tears, the brand tricks, and the non-stop contradictions. And Rogan stressed this wasn't only about one show. It was about a long pattern of trying too hard to look vulnerable when everyone can feel it's staged. And here's the scary part. Once the public thinks you're fake, it's almost impossible to win them back. So now, the big question is, can Meghan flip the script fast, or has her sparkle faded for good?